Today we're going to be trying to solve the problem of why at BYU events, when there's a buffet style, people tend to take more food than they want and then consume all that food. The theory that we're going to be investigating today is that people try to make decisions, and that in this case, when there's free food and you're going to eat the food, that there are three separate decisions, and in each case the person is trying to maximize their utility. Let's look at our example.
This buffet tonight, it's a free buffet at BYU. A lot of free food. You want to come?
Free?
Yeah.
You had me at free.
So now we're faced with our first decision, whether or not to get the food. It's a simple cost-benefit analysis. The cost being having to get up to get the food, the possibility of getting sick, or the possibility of tasting bad food. The benefits being not having to pay for food later, satisfying your hunger, or getting good tasting food. Here, Rachel is just simply trying to maximize her utility. And in this case, she decides that maximizing utility, the benefits outweigh the cost by going and getting the food.
Hey, is that Wilson? Here, oh my goodness.
Don't judge me! We just witnessed Rachel's second decision on whether or not to take more food when she's in the buffet line. In this case, her decision falls under the tragedy of the commons. It falls under the tragedy of the commons because the pizza is a common resource. And it's a common resource for two reasons. Number one, the food is not excludable, meaning that Rachel or anybody else in the line can't exclude other people from taking the food. Number two, it's rival in consumption, meaning any pizza that Rachel takes is another slice that somebody else isn't going to have. In the issue with the tragedy of the commons, the social goals and the private goals differ. The social goal being that everyone gets enough food who's at the party, and the private goal meaning that Rachel gets enough food. In this case, they differ because Rachel is going to take more food than she needs, because in an attempt to maximize her own utility, she doesn't have enough information to know how much food she needs. And number two, she believes, or as many believe who are in the same situation, that they won't get a second chance to get more food because everyone else is going to take too much food too. So in order to maximize her utility, without perfect information, she takes as much food as she knows will ensure that she will have enough food to be completely satisfied.
Eat me!
Alright.
So the question now is, how do we prevent what happened to Rachel from happening to other people? In this case, BYU, or any other organization that is trying to distribute free buffet-style food, has two options. Number one, they can provide servers, and these servers will distribute the food themselves. In this case, you're limiting access to the food, and people get a certain amount of food, and there are no issues. Or number two is to regulate the food to a certain degree. So BYU can say, okay, you can have this much food, so in this case 2 slices of pizza, and then let people regulate themselves. The simple social pressure of other people seeing you take more pizza than you were supposed to will in most cases regulate people and prevent such situations as what we see with Rachel and the tragedy of the commons.